When there's no more room in hell, the dead will listen to Bloodfest, the podcast.
Charles Manson, Ted Bundy, John Wayne Gacy, Bobcat Goldthwait. What do these things have in common?
They're all men?
No, they're all the things that I masturbate to. What?
Oh, yeah.
Oh shit, we're recording! Hi!
Tell us something we don't already know.
Oh, well, yeah. Especially Bobcat, though. You guys know God. Bobcat is probably the sexiest.
I miss the old stuttering Bobcat.
Well, but he's not playing that character now. Now he's serious. He's an artiste. A director.
He's a director? Right.
Yeah, he's a director.
Yeah, he directed that Bigfoot movie.
Yeah, wait, Shakes the Clown. He made Shakes the Clown.
Yeah. And porn.
Has he directed porn? Have you not seen Shakes the Clown?
I don't know if I have.
Oh,
I've heard of
brother. You are missing out. You need to see Shakes the Clown.
I have seen Bobcat in person, though.
Have you? When did you see Bobcat?
I went to, Adam Sandler stand-up, I don't know, a few months ago in Kansas City.
Bobcat was there?
He had Bobcat on ahead of time as an opener.
Shit. Yep. I would have actually gone to see Bobcat.
It was a surprise. They didn't say who was opening for him, so that was an awesome surprise.
I think we just set the record for the quickest time of going off the rails.
Yeah.
That's all right. Out of the gate.
Okay. Well, let's do it then. Hello, and welcome to Bloodfest, the podcast. I'm your host, whoever the fuck I am. So, Casey, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing all right. Doing all right.
Yeah, me too. Joey?
I'm doing all right.
Did that cream work? Your balls not
It's starting to heal up a little bit.
Okay.
If
Good.
you just wouldn't have given me that STD to begin with, I wouldn't have to,
Dude, how was I supposed to know I got that?
Herpes or a son of a bitch.
What you gonna do? So, as the folks at home can see tonight, we're missing some people. We don't have a guest. So Josh can't be here because he is in a literal oven right now. His apartment building has been without power for days, and they're in an upper floor, and the heat rises, and there are like windows on one side, so you can't get a cross breeze. They resorted to cannibalism earlier today, so we're hoping.
Rest in peace, Jennifer.
Yeah, rest in peace, Jennifer. Yeah, but we're hoping that Josh and the children make it out okay. And Lydia can't be here because
Josh ate her.
No, that's just goofy. We left her behind at Crypticon, which is what we're here to talk about. Last weekend, we all went to Crypticon, Kansas City, the annual horror convention held every year in Kansas City. It's Crypticon! And we had a lot of fun there. We did some interesting things, and so we're here to talk about it. Later in the show, we're going to have some mini interviews we did with some of the celebrities at Crypticon. We're going to have some bits from Nick Castle, the original Michael Myers from Halloween, Dean Cameron, who was Chainsaw in Summer School, Jenna Kannell, the star of Terrifier, and Lauren Lavera, the star of Terrifier 2. So we've got all of that and much, much more. But to get started, so Casey, how did we end up going to Crypticon this year? How'd that come about?
So yeah, my wife surprised me with tickets for one of the occasions. I guess it was for our anniversary. And Joey got a ticket. You guys all got tickets. I had no idea.
Yeah, you're in the dark, and so
we were all talking about it, making plans.
I shot a message to Summer, to Josh, and Nate. Hey, Vanessa bought tickets. Surprising, Casey with tickets, and got everybody on board.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's the second time she surprised me with the con this year, because the first time was Monsterpalooza. So that's very cool.
Marks the very first convention I've ever been to.
So I want to say that getting ready for this, I said, Joey and I are just going to walk up to famous people and ask if we can interview them right there. And I believe somebody told us that would never work. Would
Yeah,
never work.
yeah, that was me. But
Yeah.
like we talked about. So this is my second Crypticon. I went last year, and it was held at a different convention center in KC, a much bigger place. So that convention was way bigger. That's kind of the normal place where like the Comic Cons were held. I've been to a few of those. Um, and there at those cons, the stores are like way in the back,
Oh,
and you've got like roped off areas, and you can't go back there and like take photos, and there's lines of people, so you can't even really get up to the people just
yeah.
to say hey or whatever. So this one was different because it was way smaller. It was in a hotel. What hotel was it again? I don't
Embassy
remember.
Suites.
Embassy Suites.
Suites at the
Sorry.
airport.
Yep. And so it was when I first walked in, I was like, "What the hell is this? This is weird." Because it was definitely stranger than what I'm used to. But that being said, because it was smaller, we were able to just walk up to the stars and talk to them for free, and it was crazy.
Yeah. So the first thing there, we saw PJ Souls, and I'm immediately getting money out of my pocket because I've been in love with PJ Souls since I was like 8 or 9 years old. So not only for the price I paid for an autograph, I got the autograph. She did a selfie with me, but also was in like, let's get some more pictures, pulled you guys all into the picture. She stood and chatted with us for a while. She hugged me. I mean, she's gracious and amazing. Honestly, PJ Souls is just the tops. She's a delight, and I love her.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, see,
And
and there's the picture.
I was surprised too that she said that she wasn't really in the horror films either, kind of like Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's probably not that unusual, honestly.
I mean, probably not.
Yeah, because we were talking to her about the possibility of coming on Bloodfest,
Hmm.
and she's open to the idea. But if we start asking her questions about horror movies, she won't know what we're talking about. So we,
Why do you throw that picture in there?
I don't know.
What
Here's
was
the
that like?
empty plate.
Yeah, yeah. So we ate
Yes,
at the what the hell is that place called?
Cracker Barrel,
Cracker
because
Barrel. Yeah.
Josh and Lydia and I let you old men decide. In downtown
Yeah.
Kansas City, where there's good barbecue everywhere, and you
Yeah.
guys are like, "Let's go to Cracker Barrel. Let's eat
Well,
with
I
the
mean,
elderly honkies."
it was like literally across the street.
Yeah,
so
it was right.
It was
It was
incredibly,
right
It's
at
a
the
good
thing.
location.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
right at
and it
the
was really good. I hadn't ate there in years, but that's some
I
good stuff.
I go there once in a while for breakfast.
It was a blast. I had a blast. The setup was, I wasn't what I expected, but Casey talking about how conventions normally
Yeah.
aren't open. That's what I was expecting. A big open space.
Yeah.
Aisles and aisles and aisles of just things. Yeah, it was a weird setup.
It was strange. There definitely wasn't. There was a decent sized room there with some vendors, but normally you have like 10 times or more
Yeah.
the amount of vendors to go through, so it takes a lot longer to go through, and they're also generally a lot more crowded. Like
Yeah.
the ones I've been to, the Comic Cons and stuff, you're like wall to wall people just trying to keep up with the crowd, and it's kind of a pain in the ass. So I did like that we were actually able to like stop and look at things better and like talk. Like when we walked up to we walked up to Nick Castle, and like nobody was there. There were people there initially when we came in, but then we kind of went off and did other stuff. And then when we came back, there was nobody there. So we just like walked up to Nick Castle and started talking to him.
Yeah, and he
That
was
was crazy.
great. He was just like, yeah, it's like, hey, we're a bunch of idiots. We do a dumb podcast. Can we talk to you for it? And he's like, yeah,
I tell
a
you
couple
who
of
else
minutes.
was
Yeah.
great was Doug Jones.
Yeah. Okay. So everybody we approached was gracious, friendly, nice. Everybody. We didn't approach Doug Jones. So I wasn't going to approach Doug Jones because when I saw the setup, most of the people, it's them and like one person who's with them, right? But Doug Jones has like a coterie of like handlers and his people, and you talk to his people. And he's got the highest prices for autographs and photos
He's
and
a prima
everything.
donna.
It's yeah, and also he's not doing the thing. So the other people make eye contact with people coming by, and or wave at people if they wave, and he's not. He's doing a lot of this head down. So I'm not going to approach him because I figure it's not worth my time, and I'm not going to spend $100 for his autograph. So, but we were like 30 feet away, and I'm like, I'm going to take a photo, get a crowd photo, and Doug Jones will be in the background of it. And like the instant my camera comes up, one of his handlers is in my face. You cannot photograph Mr. Jones. If you would like a photograph of Mr. Jones, please get in line and pay your money. Good day, sir. Be gone with you.
Mm-hmm.
And so
then he was like, "Have a lovely day."
Have a lovely day. So anyway, I got scolded and sent off by Doug Jones's handler, which I think was the high point of my day. Doug Jones is too high and mighty. He needs to be brought down a peg. If you're listening, Doug Jones, we shall bring you down a peg.
I know Doug Jones, but I can't tell you what he's in.
Yeah, it's
The Shape of Water, Hellboy.
Yeah, I haven't seen Hellboy because it looks.
You've never
stupid.
seen the Hellboy movies?
No.
He plays Abe. He's
Looks
basically, if there's a skinny monster in something, it's probably Doug Jones.
He's a nobody.
He's got a lot. He's got like just insane, and he does a lot of motion capture acting. And he does a lot of wearing suits, and he's just one of your big guys.
So, The Shape of Water, what did he play? Was he
He's
like
the
a
Gill
doctor?
Man. He's the Gill Man.
Oh, he is the Gill Man.
Yeah. You almost never see Doug Jones's face in anything.
Mm.
He's always, made up. He's really good. And I bet he's awesome. He's just no fun at a con.
He's a dick.
So I don't know if he's a dick. He didn't dick me. His handler dicked me. And I'm not against getting dicked, but only if I asked for it. I wish Josh were here.
Yeah.
That's a good dick joke.
Josh would
Yeah, he does.
Josh would ride this with me. Ride this with me.
Oh my God.
Sorry. Anyway,
What do we think of Dean Cameron?
we love Dean Cameron. Roll that Cameron footage.
Yeah,
Hold on, we're gonna roll the footage.
Here we go.
Okay. The first thing I wanted to ask you is, do you feel like Chainsaw has stuck with you your whole life? Does it feel like it's one of the things everyone asks about?
Yeah, Chainsaw. Yeah, it was my first movie and a breakout role, and it's great. Happy to be stuck with that. It's nice.
So I wanted to ask that. How's it feel to know that actually you're much cooler and more famous than Mark Harmon?
He's been on NCIS for what, 55 years?
That's not as cool as you though.
It's not?
You've been on Always Sunny. That's much
That's true.
cooler.
He hasn't been on Always Sunny.
Yeah,
so
see, that's
a good
much
point.
cooler.
Very good point.
It's much cooler. So a lot of your career has been a little bit of horror and a little bit of comedy. What do you prefer doing more, or do you have a preference?
Just like working. It's fun. And all the different stuff is fun.
Okay.
Yeah, so different challenges and things to explore, I guess.
And what's your next big project? What's the next thing we should all be excited about?
Coming out, there's a movie called Last Looks, a movie called Wine Club, and a movie called Flycatcher. And they're all very different. Flycatcher, I'm an organ harvesting doctor.
Ooh.
Yeah. Last Looks, it's this amazing found footage, but there's a documentary crew. It's crazy. It's really good. And then Wine Club is this funny comedy that was shot in 5 days and play this wine guy.
Nice. Okay, so is that an indie?
All three of them are
All indies. So do you prefer working in independent film rather than big studio projects?
I've only done a couple big studio things, except for TV is generally studio. Studio stuff's good because the pay is great and it's cushy. But I like independent film because it's fast, and especially now with all the video, like everyone's shooting on video, so it's or on digital. That's great because there's no wasted time and get stuff done. And, it's nice.
Wonderful. Well, we thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, so Dean Cameron was awesome. Awesome. Didn't you think so, Casey?
Yeah, he was nice. He was very soft-spoken. Rewatching that, I noticed, I think he had a cough drop in his mouth. I wonder if he had like a sore throat or something.
I don't know.
Maybe
I noticed at the time that he had, I didn't know if he had was sucking on a mint or had a cough I had a cough drop. I hope
Yeah,
Dean
so-
Cameron's not sick.
Yeah.
Breaking news,
Yeah.
everyone. Dean Cameron has
Chlamydia.
laryngitis.
Well,
Why would you say
no,
that
come
about
on.
Chainsaw? Laryngitis.
Dave Marshak. Yeah, I love him in Ski School. That movie is
Yeah.
so awesome.
I will.
Summer School.
I watched
And
Summer
Summer
School
School.
probably 15 times when I was
Miracle
a kid.
Beach. I remember watching
Yeah,
as a kid.
yeah.
Miracle Beach. He's also in this Rockula I saw behind him. I've never even heard of that.
I don't know what that is, but I'm gonna have to find it. Rockula.
Yeah, I think Miracle Beach was they lived in a beach house and found like a genie in a lamp or something.
Oh.
God, it had been so damn. I was a kid when I saw that.
Oh yeah. I've seen that.
Bro.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, I've never heard of that, but
Amy
There's
Dolan's
some
is
hot
in it. So
chicks in
oof.
it.
okay.
Bikinis.
Are they topless?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm
Oh,
up
that's
for it.
interesting. Alexis Arquette is in that.
Oh,
Interesting.
really? How long ago was it? Is this an
Oh,
80s
early
movie?
90s.
Early
It
90s?
is 92.
92. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check that out. That looks cool.
Mm.
I know I've seen it though after looking at these screenshots.
Yeah, it was a very popular movie. Like when it came out, it was on TV all the time.
So, I want to transitioning from Dean Cameron. I want to talk about one of the vendors there, which honestly they should
very
pay us
cool.
for what I'm about to do. So there's a company called Bootleg as Fuck Toys, and they make awesome stuff. So they make these action figures. So this is Nightmare on Elm Street 3, The Dream Warriors, and it's the bottle of Hypnosil. It's got the you can hear it's the bottle of Hypnosil. It's the actual bottle of Hypnosil.
Let me
And
see it.
yep, love that one. Then this one is definitely a great one. This one is
That's my favorite.
Captain Spaulding's Fried Chicken. Ah, yeah, that one's awesome. Just
This is my
these.
favorite.
This is Nightmare on Elm Street 2, and it's the school bus from The Dream. It's the school bus. Love that. So bootleg as fuck. And then this is the best one of this bunch. If you're a fan of My Bloody Valentine, it's the heart. It's a heart in the thing. Yeah, they're called Bootleg as Fuck Toys. So I've got some stuff that I didn't think to bring with me that I got from them. So they make these Nintendo games. They're the NES cartridges. Obviously, it's not a game in it. It's just the cartridge. Well, it could be a game. They could be repurposing old games, but they've redone the labels. So they had Nightmare. They had a Nightmare on Elm Street. The little instruction label on the back has stuff that's funny and specific to the movie.
I regret not buying one.
There's Maniac. So I picked up Salem's Lot, the Toby Hooper miniseries based on the Stephen King novel, and I wish like hell that there really was a Salem's Lot NES game. I would buy the hell out of that. And I also picked up one of their action figures. It's Hereditary, and it's the ants from the little girl's severed head on the highway. I thought those were awesome.
Yeah, I actually didn't buy anything, which is nuts because I usually buy something.
Yeah.
But if I was going to buy anything, it was going to be one of those NES cartridges. I almost bought one.
Those were
I
fun.
regret not buying one.
Those are fun. They're fun.
Maybe
Well, and I spent money to get. I got PJ Souls' autograph. So I spent money for that. I bought my toys, and I got Jenna Kannell's autograph too. So I thought those were both worth having. Some Scream Queens from two different eras, actually. So I liked that a lot. That was cool. And then so
Or just go on their website and you can probably buy those NES cartridges.
yeah, I'm sure you can. So they're called Bootleg as Fuck Toys, and I'll find their website and put it in the show notes because we'll try to drive them some
And
traffic because they're cool.
If the people that runs the company hears this, send us some free stuff.
So yeah, send us some free stuff. We'll advertise for you. We'll help you get it out
Reach
there.
out
We
to
love your
us.
product, so we spent money on it.
Bootleg as fuck.
Bootleg as fuck. So and then also, hold on, I want to make sure I didn't lose it so I can remember because my memory's not good. Let me see where I put it. Didn't I
And
stick
this
that?
is the part where he whips out his credit card and shows us the number.
No, I'm looking. So I got the card from these one guys, and so I could talk about because I'm gonna forget their company name, but I might not have it. Well, shit. I'm gonna find this, and we'll talk about it on next episode. Their there was a group of filmmakers that were there that we were talking to, make low budget direct to DVD movies
DVD? What year is it?
that look outrageous, and I got their card, but I'll have to find it later. I don't know where it is. We saw that, but yeah, we saw a lot of cool stuff. What about the cosplay, guys? Did you guys think we saw some great cosplay?
There was some cool.
Yeah, we got some photos too. There was the one with the nun and Megan.
Yes, and the Art the Clown and the creepy little Terrifier girl.
Yes.
Yeah, so I don't know what this girl's from.
I don't either, but it's cool.
It is cool as hell, yeah. Oh, and she does like mime work with it. It's good. Don't know who he's supposed to be. This was cool. They were playing The Exorcist on a VCR and an old CRT. There's one of the bootleg as fuck NES cartridges. There's some more of their action figures, the Brain Dead era. Yeah, and here's these guys. This was great cosplay. These kids are awesome.
Really cool.
The nun, Art, creepy girl. What's this guy, Casey? Do you know what this guy is?
No idea.
I think it's a video game, but I don't know.
It's probably like Borderlands, maybe, or something.
Got the Scooby Gang over there. There's Ari Lehman. He was. There's PJ. I love that she's wearing a PJ Souls T-shirt too. That's awesome. That is very awesome.
Yeah, she is really.
Yeah, she's just
very
really
nice.
Yeah, just like ridiculously.
That was just a lot of fun.
I should have brought my copy of Halloween and got her and Nick Castle to sign it. There's that empty plate.
What the heck?
I don't know what the fuck. So let's grab the Lauren Lavera clip. So we went up to Lauren Lavera from Terrifier 2, and she is hot right now, like everybody. She is in demand, so I couldn't believe she was
if you
even
don't
there.
know what Terrifier 2 is, let's show you a trailer first.
Roll that beautiful blood footage.
So, did you figure out what you're dressing up as tomorrow?
He wants to dress up as a real guy who murdered 9 people last year.
Oh, you're not doing that.
It's just a costume.
You think that guy's still out there?
What's up with you and this clown all of a sudden? You're like obsessed. They never found his body. What if he decides to come back here? I wouldn't worry about it.
Wait a minute, aren't you that guy from the costume shop?
Sir, what are you doing?
It wasn't me.
He was covered in blood on his shirt and his hands when he got here.
I'm telling you, it was him, Allie. Right down to the little black dot on the tip of his nose.
You're really weird, you know that?
I believe him.
About what? Something really bad's gonna happen tonight.
No, I know when Jonathan's lying, okay? I could hear it in his voice. Something's wrong.
Look, we're gonna have fun. Stress-free environment.
Yep.
Speaking of surprises, kids, we have a very special guest with us today. All the way from Miles County, please welcome Art the Clown.
So that's the Terrifier trailer, Terrifier 2 trailer. So we walked right up to Lauren Lavera and asked if we could talk to her for a few minutes, and she said, "Who are you? How dare you speak to?" No, actually, she was amazingly gracious. So why don't we roll that clip?
So the first thing I wanted to ask is, do you think that the online trolls are making it harder for a woman to be strong and a lead character in horror movies now? Do you think they're taking some of that away from you?
I definitely don't think they're taking anything away. I think if anything, they're just wasting their own time and energy. I think it's kind of fun to box with them and bully them back. But yeah, I just don't really take them too seriously.
Okay, that's wonderful. Because, they have chased certain people off of platforms like Twitter. And honestly, I'm very happy to see you just taking the fight to them. So do you actually enjoy doing it? Is it fun for you?
Yeah, sometimes when I'm bored, I'll just be like, oh, who am I going to bully today? Who am I going to destroy? Okay, you, let's do it.
I love that. That's awesome. So my next question is, are we expecting Terrifier 4 to be even bigger, or Terrifier 3 to be even bigger than Terrifier 2 was? Is it going to be...
Well, I can't really speak on it, but I have heard Damien speak on it, and he is expecting to go above and beyond for the third and potentially the fourth. I think he wants to always up his own game, always challenge himself. So I would expect, even myself as an audience member, to see Terrifier 3 be even bigger, badder, bloodier, all the good things.
Wonderful. And what's next up from you other than the Terrifier world? What's your next big project?
Yeah, well, I just wrapped on this film called The Well in Italy, and I believe now I actually just got an email from the director that it's going to be premiering at a festival in Europe in October. I don't really know when it will come to the States, but hopefully soon.
Okay. Now, my other question is, so we just talked to PJ Souls a little while ago, and she is just a legend. It's so sweet. And she mentioned that much like Jamie Lee Curtis, she doesn't like horror films. So are you a fan of horror films, or is it just your job?
I love horror films. Okay. It's probably the only genre I can watch and not feel like I need to be in the mood for. Because, like romantic movies, you kind of need to be in the mood for it, or like different types of genres. But horror, I could watch it every day, all day. So I'm just lucky to be a part of it myself. Cool.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much for taking a moment to talk with us. Have a great day. Thank you.
And that was the delightful Lauren Lavera from Terrifier 2. What'd you think, Casey? What's the first thing you think when you see her?
She's very lovely.
Okay. You were very careful
very
with
nice.
very careful with how you said that. Yeah, no, she's pretty awesome. Do you follow her on Twitter?
Nice.
I don't know. I don't follow a lot of people on Twitter. I don't know if I even. I mean, if I don't follow her on Instagram, I do need to go through and follow all those people we talked to. I know I did follow Nick Castle. Actually, no, I did go and follow her. So yeah, I do.
Okay.
I did follow her.
She's awesome on Twitter. I don't do Insta. I don't do the Insta a lot. I'm more of the Twitter and the TikTok. The TikTok.
Yeah, I have been using Instagram a little more recently, but Instagram and TikTok are definitely my preferred platforms.
Yeah, I don't know. I just haven't gotten into the gram, as they say, as the kids say. I'm not doing the gram stuff. So while we're talking about Terrifier, we also talked to the amazing Jenna Kannell from Terrifier and Terrifier 2, and she was incredibly gracious. And so we didn't start recording early enough, so we missed this. I go up, and I introduced her. I said, hi, my name's Nate, and me and these guys, we've got a little podcast called Bloodfest, the podcast. And she said, oh, I know who you guys are. And, my heart stopped for a second. I'm like, what? It turns out that the night before, while she's sitting in the bar there at the hotel, she got to talking to a guy, and the guy started telling her about Bloodfest, the podcast. And so it's a mystery how that happened. We don't know what type of person could be out there telling famous people about us, but
right.
Somebody did that. So anyway, she was very gracious too, and she was happy to talk to us. And I think we should roll that footage.
So, are you going to be involved in the third Terrifier film?
Not that I know of, that doesn't mean I won't be involved in other ones.
Okay.
Potentially.
So we think this is going to end up being a long-lived franchise, right? That's the plan?
We'll see. I know that Damien's original plan was to make 4, but you never know. You know how these things go.
What's the next big thing you have coming?
So there is a movie called Faceless After Dark that I wrote and star in.
Oh, outstanding.
Thank you. It premieres at Fright Fest in August. Super excited. Catherine Corcoran is in it as well, who's also in Terrifier. And really excited about that. It's a horror movie. It's meta. There's kind of a nod to Terrifier in it. We got Damien's blessing. And then I just wrapped on Bad Boys 4. That will probably come out later
Oh,
next year.
Oh, outstanding. So you got to work with Will Smith, and my brain is going to break.
Martin Lawrence.
Yeah. What was that like? Were they cool?
Yeah, I didn't get to work a ton with Martin Lawrence, but Will Smith is very sweet. He's very kind. He clearly cares a lot about what he does.
Awesome.
And, and I act in that and do stunts in it as well.
Wonderful.
Yeah, you cut out when she shook my hand. You cut off the handshake. She touched me.
And you haven't washed your hands since.
Or before, for that matter. But she's amazing. I'm very excited about this movie that she wrote and is starring in. I think that's going to be something awesome to check out. I like seeing people in horror transition from acting to writing and directing. It tends to be pretty cool. So what'd you think of her?
She's all right. Yeah, she's very friendly. Sounds like she's definitely got some stuff coming in her future.
Yeah,
I'm sure she's going to go up from here. So,
Joey.
What?
She was really cool. Let's see, and then the last person that we were able to grab an interview with was where'd my brain just go? Nick Castle, the original Michael Myers. And Nick was he only stabbed one of us, and I thought that was pretty nice of him. So anyway, rip Lydia. But why don't we take a look at what Nick had to say? And by the way, before we do this, so this is the first one we recorded, and because I didn't think I'd actually get to ask people questions, I didn't walk up with questions, so I really kind of flubbed talking to Nick Castle. I got a rhythm on the second, third, and fourth person. So, but anyway, roll that footage of me being dumb.
Castle, what is your favorite horror film?
My favorite horror film is Halloween, 1978. The scariest movie I ever saw at the time was The Exorcist.
Yes.
Scared the shit out of me.
So how do you feel about this? They're rebooting The Exorcist now.
Not only do I know about that, but I saw the first cut of it.
Oh, outstanding.
In Hollywood. Mr. David Gordon Green, who directed, as you know, the last 3 Halloweens, asked me to come as a family and friend invite to see it, and it's a pretty crazy version. And now he's off. I think he's doing some reshoots. Going to be out in October. We'll see how it does. You know, I'm crossing my fingers because I really like David.
Yeah. Well, so I assume then you were happy with the new Halloween trilogy.
Yeah, I did. I liked it.
Yeah, I thought it was very good too.
Yeah.
I thought it was very good. You get the hardcore fans that just don't like anything new that are complaining about.
Well,
it.
you know, I can understand. You know, the last one in particular was like a whoa. Where'd we go?
Yeah.
And so you had to get off of that to kind of enjoy it. But I thought David did a good job on all 3.
Yeah, outstanding.
Yeah.
Outstanding. So, what do you have upcoming? What's coming next from you?
My next is I'm going to go in my backyard and pull weeds. Awesome. I have all these weeds, you know, in the backyard, and we had a big spring of rain. And for the first time in Los Angeles in a long time. And everything is green in the background, including the weeds. I have to pick those up. That's only to say that I'm retired.
Okay.
I do things like, you know, I was in David Gordon Green's trilogy, doing little cameos, which was a lot of fun. And then I do this kind of work here in these Comic-Cons and horror conventions, and like this Crypticon, which has been a lot of fun. Are you guys local here?
Near here, down by a place called Pittsburgh, about 2 hours away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we drove up here for this.
Did you ever do that?
No.
No, you never did?
Never did paranormal research.
Oh, okay.
No, I think those things are kind of fun, but I don't believe in those things. One. So I wouldn't spend a lot of time other than for the fun of it. But there's some great movies about that.
Yes,
I like all those kind of things. Because one of the scariest things I find are ghost stories, like or you know, evil characters that you can't put your fingers on. Those are my scariest. Michael Myers, get a gun and shoot him in the head. That's it.
But Dr. Loomis shot him 6 times.
No.
Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so I thought he was. My questions weren't great, but I thought that he was great.
Yeah, yeah. And now his next big project is pulling weeds. So
Which I
we're
think is
excited to see
pretty
that.
is pretty awesome. I think it's pretty
Yeah.
awesome. So next year we're gonna do Crypticon all 3 days, right?
I would love to.
We'll see.
I think we should.
I mean, it's one of those. If you did all 3 days, obviously you're not going to be there like all day long for all 3 days.
Speak for yourself.
There's only so
Oh my
much you
God.
could see and do.
I could have
The
just
only
stood
thing-
and watched Lauren Lavera and Jenna Kannell and PJ Souls all day.
Because really, the only
Just
thing
stand
that's
and
gonna
stare
be
at them
changing
creepily.
is
And that's 3 of them. It's
the
3
guests.
days. We're good.
But we'll talk about it when we get closer to that.
Yeah.
I think my next bucket list that I want to do is down
2
in
girls at
Tex-
once.
Well, that's already been done. No, every now and then
Girls
down in Texas, where they film Texas Chainsaw Massacre, they'll have events like the gas
At the gas station, yeah.
They have one coming up here really soon. That would be awesome to go to, but I just don't think for any of us on this short of a notice was feasible.
Yeah, we definitely
But you know, down the road, like that would be really fun just to make that drive.
Wait, how
go
soon
down.
is it? Because I'll drive us to Texas. I don't
Isn't it like in a couple weeks or a week or
Yeah,
something?
it's coming up.
Fuck
here.
it. I'll quit my job tomorrow. We'll go.
We'll look at that date up again, but that's I would love to do something like that.
Maybe
I
like
mean, there's
5, 10
other
years
stuff
down the
like
road.
where you could go watch Friday the 13th, where they at Camp Crystal Lake.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're not going to go up to New Jersey or whatever for that. but-
Again, okay. Speak for yourself.
I mean, you did ride a train to New York
I
City.
did. I
for-
took a train
to
from
reach some
KC
films.
to NYC. Yeah, I did it. Yeah. I mean, it's the big deal. I've only been to New Jersey once, so.
But yeah, definitely would love to do Crypticon again, and then that down in Texas with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Those are 2 of my.
Yeah, there's
bucket list.
a Florida one that I saw today when I was watching some YouTube called Spookula.
Okay, Spookala.
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 Yeah,
Spookala? Spookala?
Yeah, I don't know how you Spookala, maybe
Clitoris?
Spookala.
Clitoris?
But
Clitoris
yeah,
fine.
it says here that it was born in Ocala, Florida?
Ocala, Florida. Yeah.
Ocala, Florida. There's people like Nick Castle, Jonathan Breckman, Ari Lehman, musicians like Corey Taylor, Slipknot, Iceland Kills.
All right.
Yeah, there's a lot of Corey Feldman,
Ooh, I want to meet Corey Feldman.
Alex Winter.
I'll take my copy of his album to get signed.
If things go our way, maybe.
Alex Winter would be cool to meet. Alex Winter's an awesome person.
Jason Mewes,
Muse is not hard to meet though.
Kevin Smith.
Oh, Kevin Smith will be there?
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense if Muse is there. Well, fuck, we should go. Okay. Let's go ahead and talk about our favorite segment, horror news, the news that's horrible. So, make that big. You gotta remember, I can't read. The teleprompter's giving me trouble. So, for those of you who haven't heard yet, the actors have gone on strike. As you know, the Screenwriters Guild has been on strike for a while. Well, the Screen Actors Guild has joined them. So that means that right now, actors can't attend premieres, they can't do conventions, they can't do anything to promote any of their films. The cast of Oppenheimer actually walked out at the premiere. They called the strike partway through the movie, and the cast got up and left because they're not promoting being there.
I wonder
for the
how
movie.
that, because I think they're coming up is the Comic-Con, which is one of
This
the
is gonna
biggest
gonna
conventions,
basically shut down Comic-Con
they've
this
already
year
had
because
a
they
lot of
won't have
actors
any.
that have had
Yeah.
to pull out because of their contract.
Yeah, they won't have any of the actors or writers that work in Hollywood. So it's going to be surprising to find out how many of the comic book writers that you like are members of the Screenwriters Guild.
Yeah.
Because they do some
And
screenwriting
this is
as well.
the first time in like the 60s that both actors and writers have
Yeah.
on strike.
Well, it looks like the
simultaneously.
Teamsters are going to join them, so that should be a thing. This is gonna create for a dry spell in Hollywood, and I support the unions and I support this strike. Fuck the studios, fuck the streamers, fuck replacing people with AI. But still, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. But then again, I do have this massive stag of movies I still need to watch, so I might get by okay. Don't you think you'll do okay, Casey?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll be all right.
Now, this next item on the news desk is one that leaves me going, So, currently, in pre-production, the Return of the Living Dead reboot. It's going to be directed by Steve Walsh, who made Muck and Kill Her Goats. So, hey, Casey, when you hear that, how are you feeling about this?
I didn't know that until last night. I was reading on it again, and I saw that, and I was like, oh my god, this is going to be trash. Like, I didn't think it was going to be good anyway, but...
Yeah, I don't think you can... I'm fine with there not being any more Return of the Living Dead movies. I'm fine. We had a good run there. But if you wanted to do more of it, they should just do a sequel, you know? Just do another sequel. I don't think you can reboot it. I think we live in a time that is too cynical for the kind of humor that Return of the Living Dead did. I don't think this is a time when people are going to go to the theaters to watch trash, strip naked, and dance in a graveyard and then get torn apart by zombies. I just don't think this is it, right?
No, definitely not.
So the producers of this film have said that they are the quote was, "We are excited to resurrect this storied franchise for current fans and new generations of zombie fans." To which I say, jog on. So the reboot is supposed to expand the existing world created by the original 5 films while staying true to the R-rated sci-fi, horror, dark comedy roots adored by fans of the cult classic. And to that, I'm just going to say, no, fuck that. No. Leave it alone.
Yeah, we don't need it.
We got 5 movies, and of them, 1 is great.
Yeah, it's interesting because sometimes I'm fine with reboots. Then sometimes I'm not. It just depends on what it is. Like the Friday the 13th reboot, I loved it. I thought it was fantastic.
There were a lot of things I liked about it. I didn't like that they kind of smashed basically films 1, 2, and 3 is what they were trying to do, and right. I think they should have slowed their roll. You know, they should have slowed their roll on that. Now there's another movie coming up that we just saw a trailer for. It's called Rebirth. It's directed by Laura Moss, and it's about a morgue technician who successfully reanimates the body of a little girl, but to keep her breathing, she needs to harvest biological materials from pregnant women. When the girl's mother, a nurse, discovers her baby alive, they enter into a deal that forces them both down a dark path of no return. Honestly, that synopsis, that's the first time I read the synopsis, but the trailer is kind of fire. Hey, Joey, do we have that trailer?
We do.
Let's play that trailer.
Your daughter's name?
Lila Morales.
Maybe she can help another kid out there.
You can leave now.
Do you remember a little girl who passed away last Friday? They say they don't have her. I'm trying to figure out what to tell the mother.
I don't want any trouble. I just need to know what happened.
I can't help you.
This experiment is bigger than your daughter. My daughter is not an experiment. That's Muriel. She died 2 months ago. She can't be left alone. Do you have a pull-out?
I have a futon. She's regenerating.
If I didn't show up, what would you have done to her?
I am doing everything I can to keep her alive.
The point of life. It isn't just one thing.
What is the point?
And we're back. So, yeah, honestly, that's all I've got on the whole Crypticon situation. How about you, Casey?
Yeah, the only thing maybe I'll throw in there is we did sit on a panel with Ari Lehman. So for those who don't know, he played the boy Jason in the first film, and so he was the boy that came out of the lake and pulled I don't know why I can't think of her name into the lake. So he was there, and he gave a talk for about 20 minutes, just talking about all the experiences he had and answered some questions. It's pretty interesting.
I thought it was interesting when he was talking about when they were filming that scene to get a genuine scared reaction from that actress in the boat.
Yeah,
The director said, "Hey, just come out of the water without her knowing, expecting it.
Don't wait for it to be called. Don't wait for action."
So they just rolled the camera, and then he just on his own jumped out of the water. So pretty much that reaction you see of her is a genuine reaction because she wasn't.
And then she went to Sean Cunningham, the director, and was like, "Did you see what that kid did? That kid, oh, he's terrible. It's terrible. That kid's a problem. You've got to do something about him." And Sean's like, "Yeah, I'll have a talk with the kid. I'm sorry, that shouldn't have happened." And then goes to Ari Lehman and goes, "Good job, kid. That was perfect."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was a cool dude.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's got just a lot of natural charisma.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, and he talked about his band too. I can't remember the name of them, but he had a band, and he said he'd been, touring around on that and really enjoying that. Yeah, he's a cool dude.
Yeah. So, in conclusion, Crypticon's a lot of fun. Doug Jones was like the only celebrity there. There were other celebrities there. These are the ones that we either interviewed or talked to. Oh, and before I forget, Lydia will get so mad at me if I don't bring it up. So, we had split up at one point, and she met Robert Rusler, and he went out of his way. He would just be nice to her. She didn't have enough money to get like a selfie or an autograph or anything, and he was like, "That's okay, come on, I'll take." And took the picture himself with him, and he's like, "Well, here, we'll do a couple, get a good one." And he was super nice and friendly, and she just really wanted to make sure that we mentioned how cool he is.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. We talked about, everybody there was very friendly and it was crazy that we were just able to say, "Hey, can we interview you for a couple minutes?" And they were like, "Sure."
Well, and I think probably not that many people think to just do that.
Yeah, I guess not. They're just too scared, I guess.
Yeah, and you know me.
Yeah,
I'm like the honey badger. I don't care. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
What are they gonna do? Throw me out? Okay.
Right.
Chased off by
I'll go back over to the Cracker Barrel and do crack in the bathroom as God intended.
Yeah, or you can just throw on some cosplay and come back in. They won't even know you're the same person.
Yeah, they would know it was me, and I'll try it again.
Yeah. So next time we need to dress up as Michael Myers and just like stand there and stare at PJ Souls. And
that would be pretty good, actually. Yeah,
See,
that'd be pretty good.
All five of us.
with our Michael Myers masks from Wish.
Yeah, we all got Michael Myers masks.
Yeah, we do.
Right.
From the 2-part Halloween special that never happened.
Mine is still in my car.
We didn't end up doing that special?
Not the second
We
one.
never did the second half.
One.
We did the first half. We never did
well, that's nice. That was nice of us.
Yeah, we'll come up with some special
we didn't know what we were doing back then.
We got a little more experience now. We'll try to come up with something special and unique for this Halloween.
Joey will show his wiener.
Yeah.
Well, you're not going to see much.
No, exactly. Okay, kids. I think that's enough for tonight. So,
Yeah.
if you like what you see or hear, give us a 5-star review, give us a rating, do something. Share us, tell your friends, get a tattoo of our logo on your scrotum, or if you're a girl, on your vulva. You can follow us on Facebook. We're Bloodfest Pod. On Twitter, we're at Bloodfest Pod. We're Bloodfest Podcast on YouTube, Bloodfest the Podcast on TikTok, and Bloodfest the Podcast on Instagram. www.bloodfestpodcast.com is our website. We're on the Pinterest and the TikTok and the Instagram and the Wibbles and the MySpace and the Faceplace, and we're probably on your toaster. So I've been Nate. That's been Casey. He's been Joey. Good night. Catchphrase.
Bye.